What's going on, Sumolings? Welcome to another product walkthrough webinar. We are excited to be joined by the team over at Publer today. Publer is a social media marketing tool that lets you create, schedule, and analyze your posts, plus collaborate with your team members. It is available right now, appsumo.com/Publer. It's starting at just $39 for a lifetime deal, so it's really a steal. Before we dive into today's webinar, I want to tell you three quick things. The first is that if you want to tell us a little bit about your use case and your business, we would love to hear about you. You could do that over in the chat room. If you have any questions about the tool or the deal or anything like that, leave those questions in the Q&A box. We're going to circle back to the questions after the walkthrough. And if they're in the Q&A box, I'm guaranteed to see them. And it's much more likely that we will get to your question and we'll answer it. And then the third thing that I want to tell you is that there will be a replay of this available. So if you need to step out, it's a-okay. Don't stress about it. You also don't have to worry about taking notes. Everything is good. So yeah, chat box, tell us about your use cases. Tell us about your business, introduce yourself, say hi, and then Q&A box, questions. And if you leave them in the Q&A box, they will definitely get answered after the walkthrough. All right, there are a bunch of you here today, so I don't want to waste anybody's time. Irvin, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. We're actually very excited to be here.
Yeah, before we dive into the walkthrough, why don't you tell us a little bit about what Sumolings are loving about Publer so far?
So far what I've seen is that they love the simplicity of Publer. It's like the UI and the UX is very simple, but also very, very powerful.
I love that. That's one of my favorite things about the tool as well. So I'm going to go ahead and hide myself, but okay. Again, Sumolings, questions in the Q&A box down below the video. Please, use cases, go in the chat room, and we will answer your questions as soon as we are done with the walkthrough. I am passing this over to you.
Okay, thank you. So let me start sharing the screen. Okay, well, this is going to take a while because, okay.
Whoops, these things happen. There are a lot of you here though, so I do want to talk to y'all a little bit and make sure that you don't feel left out. We do have some conversation going over in the chat room. We have a marketing company in Chicago. This is great. And just so everybody knows, there is somebody from Publer who is going to be communicating with you all. Irvin, you're back. Yay, hi.
Okay, yeah. I had to give Zoom access to my screen, so that's why I had to close it for a little bit. Okay.
Did it. All right, have fun.
Okay, apologies everyone for this. So let's get started. This is the dashboard. I'm pretty sure you're already familiar with it, but as you can see, it's very simple, and that's on purpose because we want Publer to be used by everyone. But don't forget that this is very, very powerful. On the left, you will see the social accounts that I have already connected to Publer. And if I want to connect another social account, I can simply click on add account, or I can go to accounts and again click on add account. So over here, these are the social accounts that you can connect. You can connect your Facebook page, location, group, LinkedIn profile and page, and so on. Regarding Instagram and Pinterest, they will be coming soon. If we're not granted API access, we're going to use Zapier. They already have a Zap that will allow us to automatically publish single photo posts both to Instagram business accounts and to Pinterest accounts. YouTube, on the other hand, should be coming in the next 2 months. So let's assume that I've added all the social accounts, and let's say that I'm ready to schedule my very first post. I'm going to select the accounts that I want to post to. Let's assume that I'm going to post to all of them at once. If I want to type, let's upload some photos. So I'm going to upload these 5 photos in here. Let's add some text, some cool houses for sale. Now, the cool thing about Publer is that it allows you to customize the post for each social network. For example, as you can see, there's a warning indication that says that for Twitter, only the first 4 photos will be published. That's a Twitter limitation and there's nothing you can do about it. But what you can do is you can click this customize icon over here. And what you can do is you can choose the photos that you actually want to go on Twitter. Let's say that I don't like the third photo, so I'm just gonna remove it. So the same post, it will have 4 photos for Twitter, the one that I want. Maybe I can add some more hashtags. And on LinkedIn, I can keep it at 5, the same. Also for Google My Business, it only supports only 1 photo. But let's say that for Google My Business, I want this one to be an event. I can click on here. I can say that sale. Let's say that the start date is a week from now, and it ends 2 weeks from now. Okay, and I can choose the CTA button, for example, maybe something that they can sign up for, and I just enter like a website. So the same post, I made it look different for each social network. And before I hit schedule or publish, I can even preview how the post will look like for each social network. So I'm gonna click on preview. And this is how it will look like on Facebook. This is how it will look like on Google My Business. As you can see, this is an event. This is how it will look like on LinkedIn. And this is how it will look like on Twitter. The preview is 99%. We cannot get it at 100% precise, but 99% should be more than enough to help you get an idea how your post will look like. So let's say that we're ready to go. I'm just gonna click on schedule. And this is the default view that you will see. There are 4 ways that you can schedule posts with Publer. There's a manual one, which I'm going to use right now. But there's also auto schedule, recycle, and recurring that I will cover in a little bit. For now, let's just go with manual. Let's say that I want this post to go on Friday. Let's say that 7 p.m. and I click on schedule. It should only take like a few seconds and the post will be scheduled. As you can see, they were scheduled. In order to view them, I have to go to posts. And these are like all the posts that I scheduled and just like a click of a button. This post will be automatically published for you on the given date, but if you want to change the date, you can do so by clicking on the timestamp. Let's say that for Facebook, I want it to go on Sunday instead, so I'm gonna click on save. And maybe for Google My Business, I want to change the text. I can simply click on the post or click on the edit button, and I can add some more info. And I'm gonna click on save. If you want to view posts for a specific social account, simply select one on the left. So let's say that I want to see only the posts for the Facebook account, and right now I'm just seeing only one. And if I want to see them for all of them, I simply unselect it, and I'm going to see all the posts. Besides viewing the posts in feed mode, I can view them in calendar view. The calendar view is not perfect yet, but at least it will give you an idea how your calendar looks like. So far I have nothing scheduled for April, but if I go to May, I will see the posts like pop up. And again, I can like filter the post by account. And if I want to see what the post is, I can simply click on it and it will give me an idea how the post will look like. Okay, so let's go back to the create page. So this was like the simplest scenario. Now I'm going to dive into more complex features. And for now, I'm just going to work with only one social account. Let's say that I'm working only with the Facebook account. I can go to accounts and click on the Facebook account. And there are a bunch of options right here that we're going to go through right now. The first one is the posting schedule, which is used by Publer when you want to automatically schedule posts or when you want them to be recycled. This is like a simple time slots that I've created. They basically tell Publer that, hey, these are the times that I usually post. And if I want something to be automatically scheduled or recycled, I want you to use only these time slots. So far, I have created like 2 time slots per day. And these time slots are not just for this week, they're like for every week. So let's say that for this week, I already have enough posts. Publer will continue to schedule posts for the upcoming week. And I will show you that after we get through like all the options in here. Next is watermarks. You can create up to 10 different watermarks for each social account. And I have already created 2, and you can always make changes to the default settings at any time. For example, this watermark, I want it to be on the right by default, maybe be a little bit bigger. I can change the opacity and I can choose to be the default watermark. What happens is that Publer will automatically select this watermark whenever I upload photos and videos. Let's click on update and go to signatures. Signatures are just like an email. It's a text that will be automatically added at the end of each post. This is useful for including your contact information or maybe some hashtags that you always use. For now, I'm just going to choose the contact information as the default signature. And then next, let's go to URL settings. For each social account, again, all these settings are for each social account. You can like customize them for each social account. For example, the UTM params. For example, for this Facebook page, they will look like this. But if I set them up for the LinkedIn page, the value right here will be a LinkedIn page instead of a Facebook page. And regarding the shortening, currently we support 2 third parties, Bitly and Rebrandly. But I can give you some good news while we're here. We're going to support Switchy in the next 1 to 2 weeks. So that is coming sooner than expected. It's like a way to spoil you basically. But right now I'm just going to use Bitly, and I've already connected my Bitly account, and I'm telling Publer to automatically shorten every link, not just like the link post, including the links in the photo description. I'm gonna click on save, and last but not least, shortcodes. Shortcodes are useful if you don't want to type maybe your website or like a Facebook link page, or maybe your phone number at every time. You simply create like a shortcode or a shortcut. Let's say that this is my cell phone, and I simply type it in here. And this is like it's not my actual cell phone, but it's just an example. And now let's go back to the main page and see how we can utilize all these cool features. I'm gonna select the Facebook page again. Let's upload some photos. Okay. Now, let me show you how you can use the shortcodes. Let's say that I just want to say, hey, visit us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. So I didn't type the actual URLs. I simply typed the squarely brackets and enter Facebook and Twitter. And if I look at the preview, I'm going to see the actual values replaced, and they will also be automatically shortened by Bitly. So let's click on preview. So as you can see, like the values for the shortcodes were replaced and also automatically shortened by Bitly. And the signature was automatically added. The website, the link it didn't get shortened because we don't want to mess with the signature. Maybe that's something that you want to use, so we don't want to mess with it. And you cannot see the watermark in here because the photo is like too small, but you can always make changes to the watermark before it goes live. So right now I have selected the default logo. I can preview how the photo will look like. As you can see, it doesn't look that good here. So maybe I'm just gonna put it in the center, maybe make it a little bit smaller, and I'm gonna click on save. Now if I look at the preview, the watermark will show up on every single photo. Now let me show you how the auto scheduling will look like. Instead of, since I'm here, you can also like add a location for Facebook and for Twitter. Let's say that these cool houses are in Miami. So I'm gonna click on Miami. And if I click on preview, this is how the post will look like. Now I'm gonna show you how to automatically schedule posts with Publer. On this new tab, I have this posting schedule shown in here. So right now it's 5:14 p.m. in here. If I click on auto schedule, and today is Thursday, the next time slot will be 7 p.m. So let's try that. Again, I click on schedule, I change mode, and I go to auto schedule. It says no label to select. This is just an indication. You don't have to worry about it. For each time slot, I can label them if I want to further personalize them. But for now, I'm just going to keep this use case as simple as possible. So I'm going to click on schedule, and I can expect this post to be scheduled for today at 7 p.m. So let's go and confirm that. Okay, it shouldn't take this long. Okay. Okay, so let's confirm. It's okay. So what will happen? Like the post was scheduled for 7 p.m. If I keep adding posts to it, Publer will keep populating the time slots. The next one will go for 1 p.m. The other one for 7 p.m. the following day. Okay, so this one was scheduled for the day at 7 p.m. Let's create another post and again choose auto schedule. Okay, again we're in auto schedule. I'm gonna click on schedule. And based on the posting schedule, this one should go for Friday at 1 p.m. So let's go and confirm that. Okay, I think it's taking long because I'm, okay. Here it is. So here it is, Friday at 1 p.m. So basically I can keep adding posts without having to specify the date and the time. And this is if you don't care when the posts are going to be scheduled for, you simply like fill up your queue and Publer will take care of the rest. Now let's look at recycling posts, which is something that you maybe find very, very useful. Let's say that I have like content from our blog that I want to automatically maybe like share or on our social accounts, maybe like every month. So I'm gonna copy the link to this post. I'm gonna paste it in here. Okay, let's say this is awesome. So I'm gonna click on schedule. I'm gonna change mode and I'm gonna choose recycle. Recycling is just like auto scheduling, but it happens more than once. Publer again will use this posting schedule. And let's say that I can want the post to be recycled every 4 weeks. I'm gonna click on recycle. So what happened is that this post won't show up on the calendar yet. It will show up on the posts. Give it a second. Okay, let's go to post. So it won't show up in here like under scheduled, and the reason is because Publer like goes through the post that needs to be recycled at every midnight. So every midnight, for example, today, uh, so it doesn't like show up in here. But if I go to recycling, okay, usually it's faster than this, but because of like recording the screen, it's taking longer. So if I go to the recycling, I have all the posts that I want to be recycled. And what is going to happen at every midnight, Publer will pick them up and we'll look at the posting schedule for the next 24 hours. So the day is Thursday, and for Friday, I only have one time slot available, which is the one at 7 p.m. So today at midnight, Publer will pick the first post and will automatically schedule it for the next available time slot, which is the 7 p.m. on Friday, because I already have post scheduled for Thursday. And next, it will pick the second post, and it will see that there's no more time slots left for Friday, so it will skip it altogether. Now on Friday at midnight, Publer again will pick this post up. It will pick the first one, but it will see that this post was last recycled only like a day ago, so it hasn't been 4 weeks as I specified. So it will skip this one and it will pick the second post and it will schedule it automatically for Saturday at 1 p.m. It will pick the next post, which is this one, and it will schedule it automatically for Saturday at 7 p.m. And then since there are like no more time slots left for Saturday, it will skip the rest of the posts. So recycling is useful if you want to keep your social accounts always with posts, but you don't have anything new to share. And this way you can make sure that the posts that are going out is the post that you actually want them to go out. For example, this content here, it doesn't have an expiration date. It can be like a quote, it can be an article from the blog, and so on. Now let's go back to create and show you the last option you can schedule posts, which is recurring. It looks similar to recycling, but this one is more precise. It doesn't care what your posting schedule looks like. It will go at the time that you specify. So let's say that at the end of I have an event. And what I want to do is I want to share this post every week for the next month, starting from May 1st and to the May 31st. And I'm going to choose the time. Let's say that's 3 p.m. And I want to repeat this every Friday at 3 p.m. So I'm going to click on schedule. Okay, now if I go to post, I'm going to go to scheduled. Okay, so if I look at the posts, they're recurring. Here they start on May 1st at 3 p.m. on Friday, and it will continue. Let's go. So this is the other recurring post, and there's a recurring indication here that say that this post is a recurring post. So it will happen every week until the last week of May. So far I've showed you how to create posts one by one, but what makes Publer unique is the ability to create multiple posts at once. So let's say that this is the first post. Now I'm gonna add another post. This is the second post. And as you can see, these are like two posts that haven't been scheduled yet. I can add photos. I can maybe, let's add a GIF and maybe like an emoji. Okay. So I have two posts that will be by default automatically scheduled by Publer, again using the posting schedule. And right now I have like on Friday, it's still the 7 p.m. slot is already available. So the first one will go for Friday at 7 p.m. and the other one for Saturday at 1 p.m. So you can add posts like manually. You can also, if you don't want them to be automatically scheduled, you can change them in here. You can like set a specific day and time. So for example, let's say that Saturday at this time is fine. And for the next post, I want it to be set Sunday at the same time. So again, I have like two posts that I want to be scheduled and I know how they will look like. And I can like keep adding posts one by one, but I can also like upload multiple photos at once and each photo will be a separate post. So let's try that. So as you can see here, a bunch of new posts were created and they're by default meant to be auto-scheduled. And if I click on schedule, I'll be basically scheduling, I think there are like 7 posts at once. Besides using the bulk upload, I can also use a CSV file. And let me show you how that looks like. So this is the template. Okay, so basically each row in the CSV file is a separate post. I can specify the date. This is like a specific date. If I leave it blank, that's an indication that I want the post to be automatically scheduled. And Publer is smart enough that I can simply say that, hey, schedule this one for next Friday at 2 p.m. Or I can say maybe schedule it for tomorrow at 2 p.m. So I can type it in English and Publer will figure out when the actual date for that post will be. There's a message column, and if you want to attach a link, you can also attach a link in here. If you want to upload photos and videos from the internet, you can also do that here. I'm going to skip title and label because they're like, we didn't cover them in this webinar, so I don't want to confuse you, but you can leave them blank. So let's upload the CSV file that I've already prepared on my local computer. And basically it's the same CSV file, and what will happen is that Publer will convert these rows into actual posts. It may take a while because, as you can see, the last link here is a YouTube video. And what will happen is that Publer will download that video natively. So when it's published on the social accounts, it will look like an actual video and not a link to the YouTube video. Okay, it's done. So if I go here, let me show you the video. As you can see, this is like the actual video. It's not like a link to the YouTube. So I added like more posts. I can click schedule, and I'm basically scheduling like 12 posts, and I can keep adding more posts up to 500 posts at once. You can also like shuffle the posts. So assuming that you're automatically schedule them, you can shuffle the posts so they don't go in the order that you want, but you just want them to go randomly. So let's clear the workspace and show you analytics. So for analytics, I don't have much info here because this is a team or workspace that I use for demo. So there's not much info here, but let me switch team very quick. You can go to teams or click on the drop down on the top right corner, click on switch team, and I'm going to use the work team. So this is the team that has all the work social accounts. And if I go to create, you will see like a bunch of them. We will have more posts, and let's go to analytics. So these are the insights for all the social accounts that we have connected to Publer. They're not just for one social account, they're for all of them combined. And I can see how our social accounts are doing this past 7 days, or maybe how they did last month. And if I want to see insights for a specific social account, I simply select one on the left. So let's say that I want to see how my Facebook page is doing. I select it on the left, and I can see like how I did it last month, and let's compare it with this month instead. As you can see, the number of likes and the number of people talking about have been increased, but the reach have been decreased, and so has the post engagement. So we will have to work on that. If I scroll to the bottom, I can see insights for every post that is published by Publer. I can see how many people each post has reached, and like how many people have engaged with it. And if I click on the post, I can see like the full post. And let me show you also the teams. We will soon rename teams to workspaces because it will make more sense. As you have noticed so far, every team or workspace is like a separate entity. It has its own like social accounts, its own like team members. And speaking of team members, over here I can specify the role and also on which social account I want them to have access to. For example, Erlind has only access to the Facebook page, but Jessica, on the other hand, she has access to the Twitter, LinkedIn, so basically all the Facebook pages. And again, I can give her access to, I can give her to have full posting access, but as long as she's an admin. But if I change her role to editor, I can say that, hey, I want her post to be pre-approved by me or by another admin before they go live. If the posts are not approved, they will not be published and they will go under failed. And this one, because many of you haven't figured out what this means. So right now I'm telling Publer that, hey, let Jessica publish on Twitter using my credentials. Let's say that I don't want to give her my Twitter password, but I want her to post on my Twitter account. So this is the way this works better if you're, for example, hiring a freelancer and you don't want them to have access to the social accounts, but you want them to post on your behalf. So instead of like posting them as themselves, I simply select post as owner. Okay, let's go back and see if I missed anything. So basically, this is pretty much it. The website is, you can use it from any mobile because it is mobile optimized. As you can see, it works on every device. And if you have like a feedback, you can click on the feedback button in here, and you will see that all the features that we're working on are what other people have suggested. Okay, and you can make like a suggestion like right away. You can like upvote and leave a comment and so on. Okay, and if you need to make changes to your account, you simply go on settings, and you can change the time zone, the time format, change the email, the password, the notification settings, and see like how you're building and so on. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. So let me go to the QA very fast. Maybe I have, okay. Lindsay, are you there?
Yes, I am. And we do have some questions from the Q&A.
Yeah.
Some questions have already been answered. So I'm going to go through the ones that have not been answered, and then I'm going to look at the ones that have been and see if any should uh, be read aloud. Can you
Okay.
bulk upload images and text for a post via spreadsheet, which you showed us? There were other questions though about that spreadsheet that I just saw. Somebody asked, where did it go? There are a lot of questions and they keep coming in and it keeps like moving things around. I'm sorry.
Okay. I mean,
I'm going to be able to see it all. Where did that question go?
So here, so since I didn't mention it, you can always reorder the photos. Let me close the, hold on 1 second. Yeah, I need to use Zoom more because I cannot figure out how this thing works. Okay. Okay, so you can arrange the photos at any time. If you simply like over the mouse over the photo, you can like basically drag and drop. And for Facebook, for example, you can add the caption to the photo by clicking on the photo and adding a caption. Well, I couldn't think of anything else, but basically you can type the caption in here. And again, you can remove, edit more photos at any time. Let me see what other question I can answer. So yes, you can post to multiple Facebook pages at once. Right now I've selected only one Facebook page, but I can select all of them. And these two right here, they're Facebook groups, and we're posting on those Facebook groups as the page, meaning as Publer. And I can specify in the account settings whether I want to post as the page or as from my personal profile.
I found the question here regarding the CSV.
Okay.
Can I select which accounts to post to from within the CSV and or RSS?
Okay, so that's not possible because the CSV import and so does the RSS import are independent of the social accounts that you have here. So basically all these buttons right here, they work so you can like populate posts or creating posts. Once you have created all the posts or imported all the posts, you can then select which one you want the post to go to. If, for example, you have like different posts for like different social accounts, I suggest that you create different CSV files and import one CSV file, select one page, schedule it, then like upload the second CSV file, select the second page, and so on.
Okay. Can you generate a printable shareable report of the analytics?
So that's coming by the end of the year. Right now, you can always like take screenshots, which I know is not optimal, but will allow you to generate PDF reports by the end of the year.
Cool. Is there a best time to post function?
Not yet, but maybe once we focus more on analytics, we'll be able to give that information. We're already like gathering all the insight for the post, so it's pretty simple to figure out when's the best time to post.
Do you have to be careful about the similarity of posts, especially on Twitter, if you're repeating posts over days, weeks, to avoid getting suspended?
I mean, I don't think you, on Twitter, yes, Twitter does not allow you to publish the same tweet more than once. And us ourselves, we won't allow you that because if we do, we will be breaking the Twitter platform policies.
We manage accounts. So this is a common question for Sumo Links. We manage accounts for 50 different companies, agencies. How does that work in Publer?
So what you can do is you can create a team or let's say like a workspace because it makes more sense. You can create a workspace for each client. This way your client's social accounts and posts and insights and settings will be separate from one another. But if you want to add them under the same workspace, you can always do that. So for if I'm adding like a Facebook page and I have like different Facebook profiles that I manage the pages from, all I need to do is basically log out from Facebook, log in under the new Facebook, and then go to Publer and add the pages associated with that new Facebook profile. So you don't have like to have separate Publer accounts. You can like manage all of them under one Publer account.
Awesome, love that. With recurring posts, is it possible to edit only one post without changing all?
Right now, no. Like once you change the parent of the of recurring posts, like all the children will be updated as well.
Are there posting categories as well as posting schedules? Could I have a category named blogs, which I could schedule across different platforms on different days?
I see. I think that's something that we will take care of soon. So if I save a draft, so this is a draft, if I click on draft, I can basically add tags to the draft. Let's say that this is summer, it's not summer yet. So I save this post as draft. If I go to posts and select on drafts, I can basically see like the tags that I've created for the summer, and I can like filter them. And the same functionality will be offered also for the other posts, but that's again like coming soon.
I'm fairly new to Facebook advertising. Is there a way to use Publer with Facebook ads, business, etc.?
Not yet, and so far not that many people have requested this feature, so I don't think it's going to happen at any time soon, unless like a lot of people request this feature.
Cool. How long has this software been around?
So I would say I started it as a side project in 2015, but in 2017 is when it actually became a business, and I hired more people. And the dashboard that you see right now has been stable and live since the past 3 years.
Awesome. Regarding the calendar view, what improvements will you be making?
So let's go to the calendar view. So maybe this will be like a different like page under here. And what will be show you is that right now I cannot see this photo. I have to click on it. So the first major improvement will be that you will be able to see what that photo is without having to click on it. And then also I forgot. So let's say that today is April the 30th, and let's go to May. So let's say that I want to add something on May, for example, May Sunday. There will be a button in here that will allow you to like create and schedule a post right from the calendar view.
Awesome, awesome, thank you. Can you show the post delay feature?
Oh yeah, I think I missed that one. So right now I've selected the five Facebook pages and to our groups. So let's say that this is a post. I can like post it like right away, but I can also add a delay between accounts. So what this means, let's choose like maybe like 10 minutes. If I click on post now, on the another page right here, it will go right away. And Publer will wait 10 minutes. It will post it on the second page. It will wait another 10 minutes and post it on the third page and so on. This gives the idea that someone is basically sitting behind the computer and posting those posts, while instead you have automated them using Publer.
Cool. Is there any Publer branding on any of the posts?
So the branding that you will see is so you will see this published by publer.io. This is something that Facebook automatically adds, and the visitors won't see that. So let's go. Okay. So this is like a meme page that I use mostly for testing, and the posts are published using Publer. So because I'm an admin, I can see that the posts were published by Publer. Okay, give it a few seconds. Okay, so as you can see, I can see that the attribution link was automatically added by Facebook. But if I log in on Facebook as a visitor, give me 1 second. So let's open this page as a non-admin. So basically you cannot, let's choose it, okay. Basically you cannot see that the post was published using a third-party app. I don't know, I hope this answers the question, but basically we will never add something like sponsored by the text because that's not even allowed by Facebook or other social networks. Also, Twitter adds the attribute to the tweets, but only if you click on the tweet. Okay, so let's go to the profile. So all the tweets that are published in here are using Publer. But as you can see, like you cannot see it in here. But if you click on the tweet, you will see, well, this was published using the Twitter app, web app, but this one. So this one was published by Publer, and it's only visible and it will be visible to everyone, but only if they click on the tweet.
All right, thank you, thank you. For the short codes, can we make it the same for each account? For instance,
yes,
yeah.
you can do that. So here, let me switch very quick and go to the demo one. So I'm under accounts. I created the shortcodes just for the Facebook page. And let's say that I want to use the same shortcodes for all the other accounts. I just go, actually, it's right here in settings. I click on duplicate settings. And what will happen is that all the watermark signatures that I created for these social accounts will be copied over to the other accounts. And I'm going to click on confirm. And now let's go to the, let's say to the LinkedIn account. And if I look at the shortcodes, they were copied over. Again, I can make changes here. So let's say this is like a different Twitter handle, blah, blah. And I click on save. So now let's select these two accounts. And I'm going to select Twitter. If I look at the preview, well, actually, this one, okay, I need to disable the, I need to disable the URL shortening, and I think that will take a while. But hopefully this was enough to answer the question.
No problem. Can Publer screen the RSS feed to let me know if I already posted a particular post so I don't duplicate content?
Okay, so right now I didn't cover the RSS part because this is done manually. So you can basically import posts from like an RSS feed. And I'm gonna show you. But this is done like manually, so there's no way Publer knows that, hey, you have already like used this post. But so what will happen in the next 1 month, this will be automated. So the URL that I basically entered, I'm gonna enter it on another menu in here, and Publer will automatically pull the new post that you haven't scheduled and published yet. And it will either like automatically publish them on the social accounts that you have specified, or automatically schedule the new post from the RSS feed, again, using the posting schedule.
Awesome. For those people with agencies, so we've received a couple repeat questions. We're not going to be able to go over anything a second time, really, because it'll take too long. There are a lot of you, and there are a lot of questions to get to. But some people had some follow-up questions about agencies or people that are managing multiple accounts. How can we easily tell how many are in the queue for upcoming posts? Is there a count or a quick dashboard rather than scrolling and counting?
Oh, I see. I don't think there's an easy way to tell how many posts you have scheduled. Maybe it's like a feature enhancement we can easily add in here, so we can like show you the total number. That's something that we can easily do.
Love that, thank you. What is the maximum photo file upload size? There are 3 questions to this. Are you prepared for the Instagram photo size requirements? Will you have tools that easily resize photos, both as far as their physical size and also sizing to fit Instagram's requirements?
Okay, so in the next month or so, we're going to work with Canva. And I think Canva allows you to resize photos and based on the social network that you posted to. I know they already have templates ready for Instagram posts and like Facebook posts and so on. So I think we'll be able to cover that part using a third-party tool like Canva.
Wonderful, that's fun. Answered that one. Yay, getting through some of these. I want to hear some like of these recent questions. Apologies. Okay, so let's cover integrations. People love integrations. We were just talking about potential future ones. So my 2 questions for you are, can you tell us a little bit about integrations? And then everybody loves roadmaps. Everybody's been talking about what's coming up. So those 2 things, integrations, roadmaps, go.
Okay, so let me open the roadmap very quick. It's basically this one right here. We're a little behind schedule, and I'm gonna blame AppSumo for this one, because something that we did not expect at the beginning of the year. But I think we're going to catch up very soon. So right now we're working on hashtag recommendation, and the next one is media library. And then there's like the first integration that is coming, which is the Canva integration. Also, the switchy integration that I mentioned is not in here, but it will come right after hashtag recommendation. This is like a gift from us to you because we're basically going off the roadmap just to make you more happy, basically. Next integrations that are coming is the YouTube support that should be in this quarter, so maybe like two months from now. And so far, I don't think any other integration are on the way, unless again we requested so by the users.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I love this aesthetically. I think this is great. People have been asking about short codes. Universal short codes for each account it's an incomplete question.
Okay.
Plans for API. Would you mind adding a little blurb or description for your roadmap items so we understand your vision on them more? He didn't answer the maximum photo file size. What's the maximum photo size?
So I think we don't care that much because we do some optimizing before we send it to the social networks. And again, like when we do optimizing, we don't decrease the quality, but we simply make sure that the photos will be the correct size for the social networks. I know that Google My Business, for example, has a 5 megabyte limit. And because of our optimization, you will not have this problem. For videos, I can say that the maximum video you can upload is 1 gigabyte.
Awesome. Is there a Chrome plugin? I've seen this question a couple times.
That's under like browser extensions. So that's
right.
scheduled for like third quarter.
Questions on tags and labels. Can we see them?
Okay, well, I don't know what that specifically means.
It just says examples of uses, and then somebody else says that they wanted a recap of it.
So based on the posting schedule, right? Okay. So let's go to the posting schedule. And right here, let's say that this Friday, I want like posts that are only for Friday morning something. And I'm gonna click on update. So as you can see, like this time slot has the Friday label. It can be like news or maybe like morning for the AM time slot. And let's say that this is a Happy Friday or TGIF Friday. So let's search for this GIF. Okay. Now let's assume that I want to automatically schedule this post, but I want to make sure that this one goes on Friday and it doesn't go like on any other day. Let me refresh this page. So when I click on schedule, I'm gonna click on change mode and go to auto schedule. And basically I'm gonna select the Friday label. So this basically tells Publer that, hey, find the nearest available time slot, but only if it has this Friday label. So it was for Friday at 1 p.m. If I schedule this one automatically, so if I click on schedule, this post will be automatically scheduled for the Friday 1 p.m. time slot. If there's already another post at that time slot, it will go after 1 week. I think it should cover the question.
Awesome. All right. So at this point, I'm seeing a lot of repeat questions and some things asking for people to go over. So I'm going to just ask one more question that was based on the roadmap that you showed. And that one was, can you expand on what you were planning with the Instagram link in bio on the roadmap?
Okay, so let's hopefully I have it in here. So later, I think, yeah, later has it. Okay, so it's basically the same functionality that later offers. It will basically allows you to make the link, the bio link on your Instagram clickable. It will be like a duplicate of your Instagram feed, but the post will be clickable on this feed. Let me see if I have it in here. So if you go on the feedback page, you will basically find more information on what this link in bio is going to look like. So again, like go to the feedback page, search for this link in bio, and it will pop up with more information.
Very fun. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Sumolings, for tuning in for this walkthrough. If you have any more questions, you can go ahead and leave those on the deal page. And of course, we want you to give Publer a try. So you can go to appsumo.com/Publer right now, and you can get your lifetime deal for just $39. It's truly the best deal I've seen in a long time. And you can play around with it. You can take advantage of AppSumo's 60-day guarantee, get started. Let us know how it goes. And we look forward to hearing what you create. Thank you so much, Urban. Thank you so much for joining us today, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.